Hello friends, welcome to Aasaan IAS. Hope you are enjoying the program Transform into an IAS officer in 100 days. Friends, IAS is really very easy exam. But I request you, please don't go for rote learning. Understand the concepts. If you really understand the concepts, it's not that you just become an IAS officer. I assure you, you become a good IAS officer. Friends, this is episode number 13. If you can believe, you may start. But if you can understand, you will achieve. You know that I have divided Indian polity into 5 parts. Constitution, union government, state and local governments, constitutional and non-constitutional bodies, and miscellaneous concepts. Friends, this is my personal division. If you do not know about this, please watch the video, The Syllabus of Indian Polity. Now I am taking the second part, that is union government. I further divide this into government system. I mean, here I am talking about various types of governments. Then we'll talk about the president, the vice president, prime minister and council of ministers. The parliament, Supreme Court. If you take this part, the president, vice president, prime minister and council of ministers. I mean, council of ministers means union council of ministers I am talking here. In this video, I am going to talk about the president. Important concept. What we discuss here. First we see the introduction. Then election of the president. Qualification for election, I mean eligibility. Oath and conditions of office. Tenure and vacancy. Powers and functions. Simple topic, you understand once we start going ahead. So let me start with the first concept, that is introduction. Friends, first understand what is union executive. Part 5 of our constitution talk about the union executive. Out of that, articles 52 to 78. So who all consists of union executive? It's not just the president. If you see the union executive, the president, the vice president, the prime minister along with the council of ministers. You will understand after some time, just have some patience. And even attorney general, though he doesn't perform any executive functions, still he is part of union executive. That's why even we study him in this part 5 only. CAG is not part of union executive. All the things you understand once we do certain more topics. So please have patience for that. So for the time being, understand the president, the vice president, the prime minister and the council of ministers and the attorney general of India, they all together consist of, form union executive. Getting me? Now we talk about the president. I'll give you very basic points. I know that all of you know these things. It's not to insult you, but I just want to revise, because certain times very silly questions come in the exam. Some of you might do, some people will do even such silly questions wrong. That's why I better, talk about those also. So the president is the head of the Indian state. We all know that. Even he is the first citizen of India. And he acts as the symbol of unity, integrity and solidarity of the nation. Very basic concepts. Hope you know these things. The president is the head of the Indian state. The president is the first citizen of India. Because sometimes we never know. IAS में इतना आसान questions भी आता है. हो सकता है the prime minister is the first citizen of India. ऐसा ही पूछ ले. Okay, it is wrong. The president is the first citizen and he acts as the symbol of unity, integrity and solidarity of the nation. Hope you all understand these concepts and very basics. So already you might know these things. So I'll start from here. Getting me? First I would like to talk about Article 52. See, we need not remember the numbers of these articles except if they are very important. Like 52 we remember. So this states that there shall be a president of India. Article 52, what it states, there shall be a president of India. Hope you are getting. Now we talk about Article 53. all the executive powers of the union shall be vested in the president. Very basic concept. Sometimes such statement can be asked in the exam, like all the executive powers of the union shall be vested in the prime minister. 2 बार पूछा था this statement. गलत है. Very basic statement. So executive powers are vested in the name of president, exercised by him directly or the officers subordinate to him. Hope you understand. No need of more explanation here. Now one more article I would like to say here, that is article 74. Again we will see when we discuss council of ministers also. It states that there shall be a council of ministers with the prime minister at the head. Obviously prime minister the head, to aid and advise the president. Getting me? There shall be a council of ministers with the prime minister as leader or head to aid and advise the president, who shall act in accordance with such advice while exercising his functions. That means, of course, president is exercising the executive functions, but who are advising him? The council of ministers. Getting me? That's why we call he is executive head and nominal head, and the real head is the prime minister. You understand all these once I complete prime minister, council of ministers and all this part, then you understand. Getting me? Now, see again you may get a doubt. Suppose if an advice is given to this to the president by this council of ministers. Suppose if he doesn't like it, there is a conflict. So then what happened? Is it binding? Is this advice binding on the president or not? This doubt you may get. Now, in the 42nd amendment, it is stated that the advice by the council of ministers is binding on the president and it cannot be inquired by any court. That means this advice is binding on the president. Whatever advice is given to him by this council of ministers, he has to obey that. That is according to 42nd amendment. No, 1975 and all. Then immediately in 44th amendment, you better understand after some time or after few topics about 42nd and 44th amendments. 42nd amendment is very important amendment, and 44th also. You will understand all the things with slowly. Don't worry now. So 44th amendment, what it says, however, the president may require the council of ministers to reconsider such advice. मतलब he has to follow, but 44th amendment थोड़ा से चेंज किया इसको. क्या है? रिकंसिडर करने के लिए बोल सकता है काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स को, बट द प्रेसिडेंट शैल एक्ट इन अकॉर्डेंस विद द एडवाइस टेंडर्ड आफ्टर सच रिकंसिडरेशन. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस लाइन. रिकंसिडर करने के लिए बोल सकता है. अगर काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स अगेन सेम एडवाइस देता है आफ्टर रिकंसिडरेशन, दैट मीन्स इफ दे डोंट चेंज, देन प्रेसिडेंट हैज टू एक्ट. जस्ट एक बार क्रॉस चेक करो, ये बोलने का मौका ऐड किया है 44th amendment में, which was not there in 42nd. That means ultimately it is binding on the president, but he can ask the council of ministers to reconsider such advice. But if it is given to him again, then he has to obey that. Are you getting this? So this is what is all basics. Now let me talk about the election of the president. First we understand who all participate in this election. So there is an electoral college consists of all the elected members of Lok Sabha. I am talking only the elected members, not nominated members. Because you see, if you take Lok Sabha, 2 members can be nominated by the president if he feels that there is necessary. You understand this when we do parliament topic. So if the same president is contesting in the next election, then there is a chance that they can favor him because they were nominated by this president. So that's why they do not participate in the election of the president. Only elected members participate. Similarly, all the elected members of Rajya Sabha, again not nominated members, because here also 12 members will be nominated by the president. Are you getting me? That means all the elected members of both the houses of parliament, they all participate in the election of the president. Similarly, all elected MLAs of UTs of Puducherry and Delhi. We will talk about this in Union Territory topic. UT's topic. So these two UTs, Delhi and Puducherry, they have legislative assemblies. They have legislatures. So वहाँ भी elected members, because वहाँ भी nominated members को governor will appoint, and governor will be appointed by the president. That's why there is link. That's why the nominated members will not be participating. So elected members of these two UTs. Similarly, elected members of all states. So elected MLAs of all states. यहाँ भी nominated members नहीं है, कहीं भी नहीं. Are you getting me? That means who are all participating in the election of the president? States UT means MLAs also, elected MLAs and elected MPs. Simple. Getting me? That means all the elected members of both the houses of the parliament and all the elected members of legislative assemblies of all the states. Suppose certain states, they might, like you can say, what do you call? They may have two houses, legislative assembly and legislative council. That means the legislative council members are not participating. Please note it. And all legislative assembly members of UTs of Puducherry and not all elected UTs of Puducherry and Delhi. Getting me? One more point I will add here. Suppose if the state assembly is dissolved and fresh election is not yet held, that means that is in dissolved position, then the previous MLAs cease to participate in the election, though fresh election is not yet held. Then उस स्टेट से कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं होगा अगर उस टाइम पे प्रेसिडेंट की इलेक्शन आता है तो. So when the assembly is dissolved, members cease to be qualified to vote even if fresh elections are not held before the presidential election. Hope you understand this statement. Suppose एक स्टेट का असेंबली डिसॉल्व हो गया, वहां इलेक्शन चल रहा है, लाइक अभी गुजरात के इलेक्शन हुआ. गेटिंग मी? नाउ इस टाइम पे प्रेसिडेंशियल इलेक्शन आ गया, तब तो देयर इज नोबडी टू वोट फ्रॉम दैट स्टेट. इवन पुराने एमएलएस नहीं करेगा. Getting me? So first understand who all are participating in the election of the president. Electoral college consists of all elected members of both the houses of the parliament and all elected members of assemblies of all states as well as the UTs of two Puducherry and Delhi. Getting me? Point number one. Now we talk about the manner of this election, how this election will be held. First we understand the vote value of MLA and vote value of MP. different vote values होता है, सारे MLAs का भी vote value same नहीं होता है. Don't mug up, try to understand this. Value of vote of an MLA is equal to total population of the state divided by number of elected MLAs in 2000. No need to mug up at all. Let me take an example to better make you understand. Suppose एक state है, let us say Punjab. There is a population of 1 CR. I'm just, it's not correct, I'm वैसा assume कर रहा हूँ. Suppose एक state की population है 1 CR and उस state से 100 MLAs है, elected MLAs. Getting me? That means on an average, each MLA is representing how much population? 1 CR population for 100 MLAs. That means each MLA may not be equal, but average में बात कर रहा हूँ. Each MLA is representing 1 lakh population. इसको thousands में बताइए. Each MLA is representing 100 thousands of population. So the vote value of each MLA of that state is equal to 100. That means on an average, how many thousands of people each MLA is representing from a state, that is going to be his vote value. एक स्टेट में एवरेज में एक एमएलए कितने हजारों पॉपुलेशन के लिए रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, उतना उनकी वोट वैल्यू होगा. अगर 5000 पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है ऑन एन एवरेज, 5 इज गोइंग टू बी हिज वोट वैल्यू. गेटिंग मी? 10,000 पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है एक एमएलए ऑफ दैट स्टेट ऑन एन एवरेज, दैट मींस 10 इज द वोट वैल्यू ऑफ दैट एमएलए, ऑफ ईच एमएलए ऑफ दैट स्टेट. सो एक स्टेट में सारे एमएलए का वोट वैल्यू सेम ही रहेगा, बट स्टेट टू स्टेट बदल सकता है. सपोज एक और स्टेट में है तो 100 ही MLAs है, लेकिन वहां 2 crore पॉपुलेशन है. Generally, mostly the divisions are made in such a way that all we will see when we'll talk about parliament and constituencies and all. Otherwise, इतना चेंज नहीं होगा 100 के 200, बट मैं आपको समझाने के लिए बता रहा हूं. अगर एक स्टेट का पॉपुलेशन है 2 crores and there are 100 MLAs in that state, that means elected MLAs. That means each MLA on an average is representing 2 lakh population. That means 200,000 of population. So the vote value of each MLA of this state is going to be 200. So are you getting the meaning of vote value of an MLA? How many thousands of people each MLA of a state is representing on an average of that state? So that is going to be the vote value of MLA of that state. Getting me? Hope you understand. Now, vote value of an MP. You see, बहुत सारे MLAs होंगे because so many states are there. हर स्टेट में so many MLAs are there. Even UT of पुदुचेरी, दिल्ली मिला के सारे MLAs का सारे vote value, the sum of all vote values of all these MLAs and sum of all vote values of all MPs is equal. So MLAs का जितना है value, MPs का भी उतना ही equal value है दोनों का. But MPs का नंबर तो बहुत ही कम है because एक ही पार्लियामेंट है पूरा कंट्री में. Getting me? That's why each vote value of an MP is equal to total, the sum of vote values of all elected MLAs of all states divided by number of elected MPs. That means total sum of all MLA vote values divided by number of elected MPs. That means per head एक MP का vote value कितना पता चलेगा. Don't mug up, please understand. So simply speaking, एक स्टेट का MLA का वोट वैल्यू कितना होगा, एवरेज में वे कितने हजार पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है उतनी उनकी वोट वैल्यू होगा. एंड टोटल वोट वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल MLAs ऑफ ऑल स्टेट्स इज इक्वल टू द टोटल वोट वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल इलेक्टेड MPs. गेटिंग मी? सारे तो इलेक्टेड की ही बात कर रहा है हम, नॉमिनेटेड का कोई रोल है ही नहीं. सो आई वॉन्ट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट ऑल्सो. होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. Next, one more point. Required quota of votes a candidate need to win. Obviously, total number of votes polled divided by 2 means अर्धा से ज्यादा मिलना चाहिए. Number of votes polled by 2 plus 1, more than half. See, there is a difference here. Suppose general election में there are 100 votes for example and there are 5 contestants. The winning candidate, suppose a candidate got 30 votes. Remaining 4 candidates got 20, 20, 20 and 10 for example. So 100 votes polled हुआ है, उनमें 30, 20, 20, 20, 10, total 100. So the candidate who got 30 votes is going to be the winner. Here you see the winning candidate got only 30 votes. 70% of the votes are voters have voted against him, still he is winning the election. That is the general case, right? But in the presidential case ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. That's why to win the election, I mean to win the election, the winning candidate should get more than 50% of the votes. But how it is possible? I will explain. First you understand, required quota of votes candidate need to win it टोटल में से आधा से ज्यादा, बिकॉज ओनली 1 कैंडिडेट इज गोइंग टू विन. दैट्स व्हाई नंबर ऑफ वोट्स पोल्ड बाय 2 plus 1. Getting this? Now understand this point. The way the election of president is going to be held: indirect, proportional representation by single transferable vote and voting by secret ballot. I will explain. Voting by secret ballot आप समझ सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं हाथ ऊपर करो फटाफट काउंट करके बता दिया, ऐसा नहीं. सीक्रेट बैलेट पे वोट होगा. इनडायरेक्ट भी आप समझ सकते हैं बिकॉज द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया आर नॉट डायरेक्टली इलेक्टिंग हिम, बिकॉज वी इलेक्ट आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स लाइक MLAs and MPs and they are going to elect the president. That means it is indirect. Getting me? बिकॉज डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन अगेन प्रेसिडेंट के लिए करना है ना, उससे क्या होगा, उसकी प्रमोट करने में कोई अगेन पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का रोल आएगा. देन पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से जोड़ेगा तो अगेन ही कैन नॉट बी इंडिपेंडेंट. दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई इट वाज केप्ट लाइक दैट. गेटिंग मी, इनडायरेक्ट भी आप समझ सकते हैं, वोटिंग बाय सीक्रेट बैलेट भी आप समझ सकते हैं. नाउ यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन बाय सिंगल ट्रांसफरेबल वोट. इसको समझने के लिए मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूं. एज्यूम करते देयर आर 3 कंटेस्टेंट्स ए बी सी. सपोज 100 votes are there. Total vote value is only 100. To make you understand, I am taking 100. A को 60 वोट मिला है, B को 30 और C को 10. Now A clearly got more than half of the total votes. That means in this case A is declared as the winning candidate. Simple. So A is going to be the president here. कोई दिक्कत नहीं इसमें. Suppose ऐसा केस ले लेते हैं, ए को 40 वोट आया 100 में से, बी को 35 और सी को 25. गेटिंग मी? नाउ 100 वोट्स. किसी को भी हाफ से मींस 50 से ज्यादा वोट्स नहीं आया, बिकॉज 100 में हाफ इज 50 से ज्यादा वोट्स किसी को नहीं आया. इसका मतलब ये ना ए को ज्यादा आया तो ए इज गोइंग टू बी द विनर, ऐसा नहीं होगा. Hope you understand this till here. One more point you need to understand is, suppose I am an MP. I don't have any interest. What I mean to say, just to make you understand. Suppose what I say, if I have to cast my vote, it's not simply I give my preference to one of them. No, I have to prefer all the 3 in an order. So who is going to be my first choice? Who is going to be my second choice? Who is going to be my third choice? Like that I have to vote. I means every MP MLA vote like that. So there will be choice, order, preference. Suppose my first preference goes to C. My second preference is to B. My third preference is to A, for example. Now you see A got 40, B got 35, C got 25. The person, the candidate who got the least number of votes, that means C here in this example, will be eliminated. Now C is eliminated. Getting me? It doesn't mean that my vote got waste. No. My first preference was C, but now there is no C in the picture. So my second preference will be taken as my vote. My second preference is B, that means my vote is for B now. Are you getting what I mean? So like that, these 25 votes जो C को वोट किया था फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस में, now C is not there, so all these 25 votes will be adjusted among A and B. Getting me? Of course बचा तो 2 ही है, तो इन दोनों में कोई तो कोई विनर होगा, B भी हो सकता है विनर. Getting what I am trying to say? Suppose if there are more than 3 candidates, for example there are 4 candidates A, B, C, D. Assume करते C got eliminated. Now A, B, D are left. So like that, जो जिस वोटर्स ने C को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस दिया वे सारे निकाल के नेक्स्ट सेकंड प्रेफरेंस को कंसिडर किया जाएगा. Then again adjusted. Suppose if somebody crosses more than 50, means if he get more than 50 votes, he is going to be declared as winner. Suppose if nobody gets till, again the least out of them will be removed. Again the third preference उसकी भी निकाल के next ऐसा करके adjust किया जाएगा. Are you getting what I am trying to say? Broadly समझ लीजिए. So this way it is going to be done. So what happened? According to the preference, the election is going to be held. So my vote is not getting waste if my preferred candidate lost it. So that's why single transferable vote. एक पर्सन निकलते जाएगा तो आगे ट्रांसफर होगा. गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन, अगेन इफ यू सी, इससे क्या है, फॉर एग्जांपल एज आई टोल्ड इन जनरल इलेक्शन, if you take this case only, A is going to be the winner without considering second vote and all. So proportional representation nahi hai, only 40% of the candidates are in favor of him, but he got elected. So that there the proportional representation is missing. So this is a good way of voting. Of course in general election also it should be there, but itna complicated process ko common man will not understand, and it is a very complicated thing, not possible to count and all these things. That's why it cannot be implemented in general election. Hope you understand this. So you understand who participate in the election. Okay, electoral college of all elected members of both the houses of parliament as well as the state legislatures and UTs also of Puducherry and Delhi, because president का role states पे भी depend करता है, getting me, because he appoint governor and you understand once we see the powers and functions of the president, that's why states को भी role होना चाहिए while electing him. Second, how the election will be held, you need to understand. Vote values of MLA and MP you need to understand, and indirect proportional representation by single transferable vote in a secret ballot. Hope you understand this. Now, all doubts and disputes in connection with the election, I'll give you 3 simple points here. All doubts and disputes in connection with the election of the president are inquired into and decided by the Supreme Court. अगर कोई dispute और issue होता है तो who is going to resolve this? Supreme Court. And its decision is final. Supreme Court's decision is going to be final. Getting me? So disputes in connection with the election of the president handled by the Supreme Court, whose decision is final. Second point, hope you are following. The election of a president the election of a person as a president cannot be challenged on the ground that the electoral college was incomplete. Suppose electoral college, suppose as we have seen, एक स्टेट का असेंबली डिजॉल्व हो रहा है उस टाइम पे, होके रहा है उस टाइम पे. मेरा हिंदी प्लीज एडजस्ट करिए, थोड़ा ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स होंगे. So then, the MLAs of that state are not participating in the election. On this ground, you cannot challenge the election of the president. Getting me? So the election of a person as a president cannot be challenged on the ground that the electoral college was incomplete. Hope you understand this. One more point. If the election of a person as a president, as president, is declared void by the Supreme Court. Suppose somehow it got cancelled because after electing it is found some fault was there and it is declared void. Still, acts done by him before such date of declaration cannot be invalidated. Whatever steps he has taken, whatever acts he has taken, we cannot be invalidated on this, though the election is declared void. That is the respect to the position. Because whatever he has done as the president. Are you getting this point also? So all disputes are going to be handled by the Supreme Court, whose decision is final. Second, it cannot be questioned or challenged on the ground that the electoral college was incomplete. Third, if the election is declared void, still the acts done by that person before such date of declaration as void cannot be invalidated. Hope you understand all these things. You need not mug up. Please try to understand. Once you understand, no need to remember. That too, और आगे topics करेंगे ना तब आसानी से याद होगा. Once we complete the whole union government, we can interlink each other. Getting me? Let's take one or two questions like CDS 2005. ऐसा questions आते रहता है various exams में. The president of India is elected by the very basic questions, like especially simple exams में, state exams, SSC and other CDS, NDA, CSF, CAPF, इस तरह के questions आते रहते हैं. The president of India is elected by the A. Members of Lok Sabha, members of both houses of parliament. यहाँ state भी होगा because president है ना, parliament भी होगा. So ये भी गलत है, ये भी कंप्लीट नहीं है, बी भी कंप्लीट नहीं है. सी मेंबर्स ऑफ स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर, यहाँ पार्लियामेंट मिसिंग है. डी इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स ऑफ बोथ हाउसेस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट एंड स्टेट असेंबलीज. सो बेटर इज डी. होप यू आर गेटिंग हियर. नाउ वी अंडरस्टैंड द क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर इलेक्शन. It is given by Article 58, but no need to remember. ये नंबर से कुछ लेना देना नहीं, only important numbers याद रखेंगे. Like 52, 53, 74, we remember those. यहाँ concept समझेंगे चलेगा. So what are the qualifications? He should be a citizen of India. I'll just add another point here. Even naturalization से भी citizenship acquire किया है तो he also can be is qualified under this. In case of USA, what happened? Only naturalization से citizenship acquire किया तो they are not eligible. Here it is. But you understand this once I compare various constitutions. अभी के लिए आप भूल जाइए. इतना माइंड में रखे. He should be a citizen of India. Getting me? Second condition is he should have completed 35 years of age. 35 साल full cross होना चाहिए. He should have completed 35 years of age. 35 running is not work, doesn't work. 35 completed. Getting me? Third, he should be qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha. लोक सभा मेंबर बनने के लिए जो भी क्वालिफिकेशंस होता है, अगर यहाँ क्वालिफिकेशंस बदल जाता है तो अकॉर्डिंगली वहां भी चेंज होगा. सो ऑल द क्वालिफिकेशंस दैट आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी ए मेंबर ऑफ लोक सभा. व्हाट आर दीज क्वालिफिकेशंस? वी विल सी व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट पार्लियामेंट. गेटिंग अदरवाइज 25 साल एज होना चाहिए वगैरह वगैरह. तो सो क्वालिफाइड फॉर इलेक्शन एज ए मेंबर ऑफ लोक सभा. गेटिंग मी? And last one is he should not hold any office of profit under the government or public sector. Getting me? If he is holding any such office, first he is even not eligible for the election. Even before going for the election he has to resign. But you may get a doubt. Suppose एक वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट इज कंटेस्टिंग फॉर प्रेसिडेंट और एग्जिस्टिंग प्रेसिडेंट इज अगेन कंटेस्टिंग फॉर प्रेसिडेंट, देन व्हाट? ही हैज टू रिजाइन एंड कम हियर? नो, देयर इज एन एक्सेप्शन हियर. सिटिंग प्रेसिडेंट, ओनली एक्सेप्शन फॉर दीज पीपल. सिटिंग प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, गवर्नर, मिनिस्टर ऑफ यूनियन एज वेल एज स्टेट. नॉट MPs and MLAs, only ministers. Hope you are getting. Sitting president, vice president, governor, minister of union and state are eligible. That means they need not resign, they can contest, they can participate in the election. But once they win the election and they are going before taking the seat of the president, then they have to resign. So they are eligible but have to leave the position before holding the seat of president. Hope you are getting. Otherwise ये पोजीशन नहीं है. Suppose an MLA is contesting as president, then before the election से पहले ही he has to resign that first. Then only he will be eligible for the election. ऐसा नहीं इलेक्शन में जीतेगा तो मैं छोड़ दूंगा, नहीं. वे कंडीशन ओनली प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, गवर्नर और स्टेट और यूनियन मिनिस्टर्स को है. They are eligible to participate in the election, but they have to leave the position before holding the seat of president. Hope you are understanding what I am saying. So, citizen होना चाहिए, 35 साल खत्म होकर रहना चाहिए, लोकसभा मेंबर बनने के लिए जो भी conditions है, and all those conditions, qualifications होना चाहिए, and should not hold any office of profit under the government or in public sector. But sitting president, vice president, governor, union or state minister को facility है, they are eligible for the election, but once they win and before holding the seat of the president, they have to leave it. Getting this? Next we understand the oath and conditions of office. If you see the oath, it is given by Article 60, but don't remember, not required. Important is that who administer the oath. ये किसको oath किसके सामने देगा? पार्लियामेंट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर, कौन? वाइस प्रेसिडेंट नहीं होगा ना. सो administered by the Chief Justice of India or in his absence the senior most judge of the Supreme Court. Getting me? So the oath of the president will be administered by Chief Justice of India or in his absence senior most judge of Supreme Court. You will understand once I complete judiciary, parliament and executive part, then very easy to remember all these things. Even I would like to add what he swears in his oath. So in his oath the president swears not to mug up, वैसा बता रहा हूं, to faithfully execute the office, to preserve, protect and defend the constitution and the law. Don't get confused, it doesn't mean that he is the custodian of the constitution. Supreme Court is the custodian of the constitution, or Supreme Court is the guardian of the constitution. You will understand this better when I do Supreme Court. But in his oath only he says to preserve, protect and defend the constitution and the law. So this is the only way, only place you talk about in his functions, only in the oath he talk like this regarding the constitution, to defend the constitution and to devote himself to the service and well-being of the people of India. So this is what he swear in his oath. But this is not very important. Most important thing is who administer the oath, that is Chief Justice of India. Hope you are all getting me? Oath. After this, we talk about emoluments or allowances. How much he gets is not important, but who determines it, that is important. It is determined by Parliament by law. But the salary or the conditions of the office cannot be diminished during his tenure, because to secure his independence and all, so it cannot be reduced during the tenure. Are you getting me? Parliament will decide it by law time to time. But एक बार डिसाइड होने के बाद बढ़ा सकते हैं, कम नहीं कर सकते हैं during that tenure. And if you see the numbers, not to remember, it was 50,000 long time back, and in January 2007 it increased to 1 lakh, and September 2018 again increased to 2008 it increased to 1.5 lakh. But if you see, last year it was into news like that, the cabinet secretary is getting 2.5 lakhs and the president of India is getting only 1.5 lakh. So एक IAS officer होदा में he is getting more salary than the president. So there was a discussion that to increase the salary of the president from 1.5 lakh to 5 lakhs. But it hasn't yet done. Once it is done, I will let you know. Otherwise, not to know, nothing out of that. I am not sure whether it is done or not, but I have not found anywhere till now. Getting this? But important thing here is who determines it? The Parliament by law. Getting me? Similarly, you know this, not to remember, Rashtrapati Bhavan. So he is entitled without payment of rent to the use of his official residence, that is Rashtrapati Bhavan, in Delhi. Even he get other facilities and all, but we are not here to discuss all those, not required at all. Getting me? We talk about some other terms of the office. For example, the immunity that he had. The president enjoys personal immunity from legal liability for his official acts. During his term of office, he is immune from any criminal proceedings, even in respect of his personal acts. He cannot be arrested or imprisoned. First of all, if it is an official act, so there is no legal liability. Means whatever action, whatever act he has done, there is no legal liability on that. You cannot question. Even on the personal level, personal act pe bhi, he is immune from any criminal proceedings. He cannot be arrested or imprisoned. But, however, after giving 2 months notice, civil proceedings, criminal proceedings there is no chance. But civil proceedings can be instituted against him during his term of office in respect of his personal acts. Official acts तो भूल जाओ, personal acts पे criminal proceedings तो नहीं है. 2 months prior notice से civil proceedings can be instituted. Getting me? On his personal acts. So this is the immunity that he has. But just for small exams, rare case के लिए बताया. Otherwise, not so important that you have to mug up. Getting me? Now we talk about term and vacancy. Term की बात करें या tenure की बात करें, 5 years from the date he enters the office. So जिस दिन से ऑफिस में एंटर हुआ तब से 5 साल. Of course, he is eligible for re-election. Again he can contest. Again and again he can contest. There is no limit also on this. Not 2 times, 3 times, and number of times he can contest. Like in case of USA, the president can contest only for 2 times at the max. Getting me? He can act as president only twice. Here there is no such limit. One more very important point here, if you note. To avoid interregnum, It is provided in the constitution that fresh elections will be held before the date of completion of the term. टर्म कंप्लीट होने से पहले ही फ्रेश इलेक्शन कंडक्ट होना चाहिए, सो दैट तब तक ये डिसाइड होकर रहे इमीडिएटली द सक्सेसर विल एज्यूम द ऑफिस, नेक्स्ट जो विनिंग कैंडिडेट विल एज्यूम द ऑफिस विदाउट एनी गैप. Getting me? This is provided in the constitution. In case, maybe due to external emergency or some other unavoidable situations, if the election could not be conducted, could not be held, then don't think that the vice president will come and act as president. No. The president will continue in that office until his successor assumes charge, even beyond the term also. Generally, term से पहले ही election होना चाहिए. कुछ कारण के वजह से नहीं हो पाया तो द सेम प्रेसिडेंट विल कंटिन्यू अंटिल द सक्सेसर कम्स. सो देयर इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी एनी गैप इन सच केस. आर यू गेटिंग मी? यह वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का कोई रोल नहीं है बीच में इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस. गेटिंग मी? वेरी इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड. बट यू सी, आई टोल्ड यू, वैकेंसी किसी तरीका से आ सकता है. एक है टर्म कंप्लीट हो गया तो नेक्स्ट सक्सेसर आएगा, तब तक सेम प्रेसिडेंट विल कंटिन्यू. बट देयर इज ए चांस दैट सम अदर मैनर में भी वैकेंसी हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जांपल, वैकेंसी ड्यू टू डेथ. अनफॉर्चुनेटली डेथ हो गया, दैट मीन्स द सीट इज वैकेंट. और व्हेन द इलेक्शन इज डिक्लेयर्ड वॉइड, सपोज द इलेक्शन इज डिक्लेयर्ड वॉइड, दैट मीन्स वैकेंसी until next election is held. Similarly, resignation. If you resign, then vacant. Similarly, impeachment. I'll explain one by one, don't worry. Impeachment, that means removal. How to impeach, I will tell you. So impeachment हो गया, that means vacancy. Or even it could be because of illness or some other reason से options के वजह से भी हो सकता है. In that case, what happened? First I will talk some other thing, then I will come to this point. Now death means you understand, death हो गया. Election is declared void, you understand. Supreme Court disputes handle करेगा, उसमें decide कर दिया election is void, that means fresh election is to be held, that means vacancy. Then resignation. अगर resign करना होगा तो whom he will submit his resignation? The president will submit the resignation to the president, vice president. Don't think chief justice. Vote is administered by the chief justice, but the resignation will be given to the vice president. He further give it to the speaker of Lok Sabha. Important point. So the president can leave the office anytime by submitting his resignation to the vice president. He further give it to the speaker of Lok Sabha. Getting me? Now we talk of impeachment. Impeachment can be done only on the ground of violation of the provision of the constitution. अगर constitution की provisions को कुछ violate हुआ तभी impeach कर सकता है. ऐसा नहीं ये पार्लियामेंट को पसंद नहीं आया तो no confidence motion जैसा उसको निकाल दिया, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. इतना आसान नहीं है. So it is a quasi-judicial procedure, not like a no-confidence resolution. It means even all the parliament members are not liking. They all are voting against the president. I mean, in favor of impeachment. Still, he cannot be impeached unless it is proved. The guilty is proved. What guilty? He should have violated the provisions of the constitution. But what is the meaning of this violation of the constitution? This phrase का meaning constitution में नहीं लिखा. Getting me? Supreme Court will involve in a dispute. Getting what I am trying to say? So, but it can be initiated by either house. The impeachment motion can be initiated by either house. Now I will tell you how to impeach. Then we come back what happened in all these cases. अगर vacancy होगा तो vice president will act as president. But how he act, I will tell you. Before that, let's see the impeachment procedure. First, understand impeachment will be done only on the ground that he has violated the provisions of the constitution. And it can be initiated by either house. लोक सभा में initiate हो जाए या राज्यसभा में, कोई बात नहीं. How to initiate it? First, it has to be signed by at least 1/4 of the total members of the house. नॉट दैट हाउ मेनी आर प्रेजेंट, उनमें से 1/4 नहीं, टोटल मेंबर्स में से 1/4. अगर लोकसभा में होगा तो 1/4 ऑफ दैट हाउस मेंबर्स, सिमिलरली राज्यसभा में इनिशिएट होगा तो 1/4 ऑफ दैट हाउस मेंबर्स शुड बी साइंड एंड गिव एटलीस्ट 14 days नोटिस टू द प्रेसिडेंट. प्रेसिडेंट को पहले बताना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं अचानक एक दिन सुबह उनको फोन करके बोल दिया आप कल से मतदान हो गया आपका, ऐसा नहीं हो सकते. सो फर्स्ट 14 days प्रायर नोटिस. होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. So signed by at least 1/4 of the total members of the house and giving at least 14 days advance notice to the president. Then passed by a majority of at least, see, majority of 2/3 of not the voters, I mean not the members who are present at that time, 2/3 of the total members of the house. चाहे उस दिन आया नहीं तो कोई लेना देना, टोटल मेंबर्स जितना भी है उस राज्यसभा या लोकसभा में, उनमें से 2/3. ये सारे है ना मेजॉरिटीज एंड ऑल, टोटल मेंबर्स, मेंबर्स प्रेजेंट एंड वोटिंग, वे सारे हम पार्लियामेंट में बेटर समझ में आएगा आपको. सम ऑफ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, आई नो दैट. इफ 1 or 2 ऑफ यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, प्लीज डोंट बॉदर, सब समझ में आएगा. सो पास्ड बाय मेजर, बिकॉज हर चीज यहां समझाते जाएंगे ना बहुत डिविएट होते रहेंगे. So passed by a majority of at least 2/3 of the total members of the initiating house. That means एक house से हो गया. Now it will be sent to the other house. Don't think वहां भी पास हो गया तो impeach हो गया, नहीं. First the other house will investigate the charge. On what ground you want to impeach? उसको वे सही है, वे गलत किया या नहीं, has he violated the provision of constitution, of the constitution, it will be investigated. So charge is investigated by the other house. Even the president has the right to appear and to be represented at such investigation. He also can see what is going on. होप यू आर गेटिंग. सो किसी भी हाउस में इनिशिएट हो जाए, पहले 1/4 मेंबर साइन करके उनको 14 days नोटिस दे दे प्रेसिडेंट को. देन 2/3 ऑफ द टोटल मेंबर्स, उतना मेजॉरिटी से पास करे. देन अदर हाउस उस चार्ज को इन्वेस्टिगेट करे एंड इफ इट इज प्रूव्ड देन दे आल्सो पास इट बाय 2/3 ऑफ द टोटल मेंबर्स ऑफ दैट हाउस. After investigation, if the other house also passes with 2/3 majority, the president is removed from the office. Then he will be impeached. This much procedure is there. Hope you understand the impeachment procedure. Very simple. But here one more point I would like to add. In the election of the president, only elected members of both the houses are participating. But here in the impeachment process, even while voting, even nominated members will participate. Getting me? Secondly, in the election, state assemblies have their role. Even UTs of Puducherry and Delhi have their role. But here in the impeachment process, they do not have any role. Getting me? Simple. It is only handled by these two houses, of course, with the investigation. So this is impeachment procedure. Now the question is, who act, suppose in case there is vacancy in the office of the president, who act as the president at that time? Obviously vice president. In case the vice president office is also vacant, then Chief Justice of India. In case he is also not there, senior most judge of the Supreme Court. This way it goes. So the vice president acts as the president when vacancy occurs in the office of the president. But here there are two cases. Don't mug up. In case of death, removal means impeachment. Resignation of the president, he means vice president, can act as a president only for a period of 6 months at the max. Let me read the other also, then I will explain. If the sitting president is unable to discharge his functions due to absence, illness, etc., vice president can act as president until the president resumes his office. Simple, no need to mug up at all. अगर आपको पक्का पता है the same president will not come back. Suppose you see in the first box, in case of death हो गया तो वापस नहीं आ सकते. Removal means impeachment, impeach हो गया तो वापस नहीं आ सकते हैं. Resignation, resign करके चले गया तो वापस नहीं आ सकते हैं. In all these cases, when you clearly know that the same president is not going to be back, in that case, So you know that means new person is required. When you know that, then 6 months के अंदर election करो और नया लेके आओ. So in that case, the vice president can act as president only for a period of maximum 6 months. Are you getting this? In other case, if the sitting president is unable to discharge his functions due to absence or illness, suppose illness, वे बीमार पड़ गया इसलिए वाइस प्रेसिडेंट इज एक्टिंग एज द प्रेसिडेंट. बीमार पड़ गया तो कल आएगा, पता नहीं कब तक आएगा, ये 6 महीने से भी ज्यादा भी हो सकता है. इन दैट केस, सिंस द सेम पर्सन विल कम बैक, in that case the vice president will continue in the seat of the in the office of the president until he come back. Of course बीच में टर्म खत्म हो गया तो अलग बात है, वे तो टर्म खत्म होने से पहले इलेक्शन होना चाहिए. आर यू गेटिंग? वेरी सिंपल कंसेप्ट. नो नीड टू रिमेंबर ऑल दी थिंग्स. अगर क्वेश्चन आता है कब 6 मंथ्स होगा, कब अंटिल ही कम्स करेगा, तो ये सारे मगअप करने की जरूरत नहीं है. कॉमन सेंस से समझ लीजिए. अगर आपको पता है द सेम प्रेसिडेंट कैन कम बैक, देन वेट करो जब तक आएगा. अगर बता ही है वे आएगा नहीं वापस, तो 6 महीने मैक्सिमम पीरियड है, तब तक इलेक्शन करना है. गेटिंग मी? सो सिंपल कंसेप्ट्स. लेट मी टेक ए क्वेश्चन. CDS 2008. Consider the following statements. The president may, by writing under his hand, address it to vice president, resign his office. Yes, he can. 2. Executive power of the union is vested in the president. Correct? Simple question. Both are correct. Getting me? See the answer. Take another question. NDA 2009. Which one of the following has the power to initiate the motion of impeachment of the president of India? So प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया का कौन इनिशिएट कर सकता है? इट कैन बी इनिशिएटेड इन ईदर हाउस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट. सो राज्यसभा यस, लोकसभा यस, स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा कोई भी कर सकते हैं, राज्यसभा से भी कर सकते हैं, लोकसभा. सो बोथ द हाउसेस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट इज करेक्ट. सो इट कैन बी इनिशिएटेड इन ईदर हाउस. नॉट दैट ओनली राज्यसभा, नॉट दैट ओनली लोकसभा, नॉट दैट ओनली स्पीकर कैन डू दैट. सो डी द आंसर. गेटिंग मी? वेरी बेसिक क्वेश्चन छोटी मोटी एग्जाम्स के लिए. So what I do, I stop with it. जो powers and functions है उसकी अलग वीडियो बनाऊंगा. Hope you have understood. Thank you for watching. Bye.